Hello, hello. Okay, so the other day I mentioned that I was feeling lost, like I couldn't see the path in front of me. It's like they're shrouded in fog or something. I can't see the paths. I can't see where they go. Like the voice that tells me what to do wasn't there anymore. And before you say anything, it's not a literal voice. I'm not insane. But just the guiding voice that tells me what to do, I couldn't hear it. And I said that when the sunflower opens, I'm going to have clarity. I feel like when it does, that's probably when I'll have clarity. I just thought that, but when the first sunflower opens, that's when I'm going to have clarity. And I went out yesterday night. Okay, so I just felt clarity, and I'm coming to see the sunflowers open. So close. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I knew I was on the right track. All right, I think by tomorrow, I got some clarity. Sunflower is not quite open. I'm going to see if it's open yet, because ever since then I have just been getting too much clarity. There's been too much clarity. So now I'm ready for this thing to be open so we can stop getting clarity. I've had enough clarity. Apparently we have not reached peak clarity yet. That's okay. It's okay. So much clarity. Okay, it's hot. We're going to go in the shade. And I'm just going to tell you, like, first of all, our grass is long and I am loving it. There are so many bees on all the clover. It's just spectacular. It makes me so happy. Okay, so what happened? Okay, so what I heard, it's again, not literally, we're not going to put me in an insane asylum, but what I heard was that we are going to be moving. So I'm supposed to get the house ready to sell, which actually is great because my husband has been talking about how he wants to declutter and get rid of a lot of stuff, and I was like, no, I don't want to get rid of stuff. I don't know, which is very unlike me. I think because I didn't have clarity on anything, I was just like holding on to stuff and being like, no, I can't get rid of this because I don't know what's going to happen. So now I'm like, yes, let's do it. Yard sale, whatever, get rid of stuff. When are we going to be moving? I have no idea. So that was the other thing. I have no idea. I don't know if it's soon. I don't know if it's in years. I have no idea. I just know the next step was to get rid of all the stuff. There's a blackberry. A little tart. That one was not ready. That was a little tart. So the other thing that I heard was you don't need to look for a place. A little counterintuitive. If you say you're going to move, generally you start looking. So what I took this to mean is, I don't know. Either a place is going to fall in our lap. Something crazy is going to happen. I don't know. Maybe we're not actually going to move and they're telling me that so that I get rid of crap. I have no idea. So I'm probably still going to look for places because I like looking for places. I've been looking at like property for like a long time. It helps because then you know the area, you know how much stuff costs in different areas. You can see the trends in the market, stuff like that. So that was the main clarity point that I got. That was the chunk that I got last night, was you're going to be moving, get rid of your crap, but don't look for a place to move to. The sunflower was still not open. It's still not open. So then later on, I got some confirmations that that is what's happening and that I should just take it day by day and just follow whatever the intuition is. Just do it. So the next thing that came to me is I'm not going to be looking for a place, but you know what? Other people are. Other people are wanting to move from their situations, whether you're in an apartment, whether you're in a house but no yard, or you have an HOA, or you're looking for a big farm, or whatever it is. There are people who want to leave the situation they're in. And let's face it, the housing market has been absolutely insane for the past while, okay? And it's been very hard to find a house. So the next part of this that I got, which I was like, I don't know about this, is to help you, if you're interested in finding that place to go to. Let me explain. Palette cleanser. Look at my corn. The business that I had with my husband, that I still have with my husband, was a real estate business. He has been in construction and remodeling since forever. And at a certain point in time, that voice that tells me what to do told me that we need to start doing it for ourselves. I followed that voice. Like, once I get the sign, and I got some signs, I go at it hard, and I did. Over the course of 2 years, we bought 6 houses. 4 of them then we sold. We still have 2. We're closing on one of them, selling it on Thursday. God willing and the creek don't rise, and hopefully I didn't just jinx it. And then we're going to take the proceeds from that house to use to fix up the other house. His job was the whole construction remodeling, which is an entire profession. I'm not going to teach you that. I don't even know all that. But my job was to find houses. Okay? So when you're in real estate, flipping, doing stuff like that, and before I even get on there, I want to go ahead and let you know, flipping for us, where we are, is not like what you see on TV in California. It's not like you buy a house and then paint the walls and then sell it. There are no margins for that here. Everything is very tight here, but we did buy houses and then had to put work into them and sell them. So the main thing is to buy it right. I mean, you always hear that, right? Buy it right. Maybe you don't hear that. That's the thing. Buy it right. From that knowledge, I learned how to find properties that are not on Zillow. They're not where other people normally find houses. So I like to explain it like this. There's your main MLS like market of houses right here. And this is where most people who are buying a house, they look here. You go on Zillow, you go on Trulia, you go on whatever, you know, you're on the MLS and you're looking at houses that are for sale. They usually have a real estate agent who is selling them. You have a real estate agent helping you buy them. Here you are. Okay, on top of that, I know this because I know someone who's currently selling a very fancy house, or very expensive houses. Sometimes there's expensive houses down here. A lot of the expensive houses are up here. They don't go on Zillow. They actually told me they were selling with a certain agency that only does high-end houses, and they said 40% of their sales don't ever hit the open market. They're happening, it's a pocket listing, which is when you sell within your current agency. You already have a buyer. You kind of like work behind closed doors. A lot of times it's done up here for like privacy reasons, and also because your buyer's list is, the buyer pool is smaller, and it's just kind of what's done, whatever. Then you have this other, I would say down here, but also over on the side, there are more houses. I call this the hidden housing market. I just made that up. I like the sound of it. It's kind of what it is. So during this past time when the housing market was absolutely insane and nobody could find houses and everyone was like, there's no houses on the market, every single day I got emails with houses that were for sale. Multiple, 5, 10, whatever houses for sale. They were all being sold off market. They're not being put on Zillow. I don't want to get too much into this because this is not what I'm trying to do right now. But what I am trying to say is that since we bought all of our houses off market, and 2 of them were like on market but off market, it's very strange, and I can explain that too. I feel like I have knowledge that would help you find your homestead, because when we buy our homestead, it is not going to be on market. Like, I'll still look on the regular market, but chances are we're going to be buying off market because it's cheaper, and I don't know, that's just the way it is. So I've heard from people who feel trapped in their apartment, in their small house in a subdivision or whatever, and they're like, I wish I could move. And I feel like there are opportunities for you to move, especially homesteaders are scrappy people. We're not afraid to like fix up stuff or to live in a house that's not quite perfect. Like, you're not your average person. You're like a go-getter and someone who can make do, you know? So I feel like buying off market makes sense for a lot of homesteaders. And honestly, I actually have known some people who have bought houses on market. Probably they should have just bought off market because they ended up being a disaster. And I'm not saying not all houses off market are a disaster. That is also not true. There are many reasons why people sell houses off market. Some of them are real estate investors who need to get rid of houses. They're not bad. You can live in them. That's fine. People who don't want to sell, they have their own reasons, whatever they may be, that they don't want to sell it on the regular market. We even bought a house once, and this is not for everyone, definitely not, but it wouldn't bother me. It didn't bother me, but we bought a house that actually had been the scene of a murder-suicide, okay? That house, there wasn't anything wrong with the house, okay? It needed some stuff. It needed some stuff, but it was a sound house. But it was like an emotional event with extenuating circumstances where the house was not going to be sold by traditional methods. So before, because I've had some people ask before, like, well, are they all falling down on houses with foundation problems? No, they're not. Okay, if you're willing to put in a little bit of elbow grease, sometimes not even elbow grease, you can absolutely have a good house from the off market. So I've been babbling a lot, and my point is that one of the things that came to me was, maybe you're not looking, me, meaning me, talking to me, maybe I'm not supposed to be looking for a house right now, but there are other people who are, and I have information that could help them. And then I thought, and I was like, I've actually kind of done stuff like this before. Like, I had a call, and like I charged for the call because it's information that's very hard won. I've put a lot of time and energy and money, a lot of stuff into this, but as soon as I started thinking about that, honestly, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe, and I was like, no, you know what? Let's just, I'm being told to share this information with you. I care about you. You're my friend. I don't feel the need to charge you for this information. So I'm going to try to make like a series of, I'm going to make a series of videos with different aspects. Hopefully I won't get too long-winded. I'm going to try to chunk them up into like stuff you can actually, actionable steps that you can do to help you find your dream home on the hidden housing market. So that's what I'm doing. If you're not interested in that, that is absolutely fine. It does not hurt it doesn't hurt my feelings a bit. Those videos, when they come out, I'll put them in a separate playlist. They won't be they're not going to be like chit-chatty walking around looking at berries. They're probably going to be more sit down and formal, because it is information that's, you know, kind of like a class almost. So blah 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 blah, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and work on that, but I just wanted to get that out there because I want you to know that I got some clarity, that it's still coming. It's a lot of clarity. Kind of annoying how much clarity I get when I get it, but I'm going to take action on it, and hopefully it will be helpful to other people. And in the meantime, I have to get rid of a lot of stuff. So yeah, this wasn't like a show you my garden type video. I'm still glad that you hung out with me if you listened this far. Yeah. And just for future, when I do make the video, I will put it right here. I'll put like a link somewhere here. Somewhere. There'll be a link, just so you know. So, thanks for hanging out with me. I know it was a weird day, but it's hot as crap. You see me sweating? It's so hot. Have a great day. Yeah.